Hi guys, and welcome to or welcome back to the No Gluten Zone. Today I just wanted to share like sort of an updated version of my homemade protein shake. I seriously live on these shakes. They are for sure my breakfast every single morning, and then some days it's my lunch or my dinner, or even both some days. It just depends how I'm feeling. If I'm out and about in a hurry, I can take a shake with me. It just depends, but they really do fill me and I feel good. They're healthy. A lot of people buy pre-made shakes and they have a lot of junk. Even some of the protein powders have a lot of junk. And so I always encourage people to buy one ingredient protein powders and make your shake yourself and keep it to your needs and keep it healthy. So this is kind of what I'm doing. I make variations here and there. This is what I've been doing lately. I do always make 5 shakes at a time because that's what fits in my Vitamix, and I go through them so fast that I make them for sure a couple times a week. I'm just starting with 7 cups of water. You could totally do another liquid, a milk, a plant-based milk. I used to do 1 cup of half and half and 6 cups of water. That it is good. You could totally do something like that. All water, all milk combined, like however you prefer it. It's kind of good to experiment with it and see what you do and don't like. Next up is maple syrup. That is my preferred sweetener, at least right now. Again, this does vary, but I have used dates. I have used natural cane sugar, but things like that. I don't do artificial sweeteners. I don't even buy like stevia, none of the sugar alcohols. They really mess up my gut. So it's been maple syrup for quite a while and I'm really happy with it. I don't like them super sweet. That's just my preference. Again, making it yourself, you can totally make it the way you like it. But I do 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is for 5 shakes. So that's like 1 1/5 tablespoon of maple syrup per shake. Next up is cacao powder. I'm a little picky. I do buy Navitas brand. A lot of other brands, I don't think they taste very good. I would love to try Santa Barbara's brand, Santa Barbara chocolate. I've heard it's really good too, but I have not yet been able to afford that. Very pricey, especially how much I go through. But I do have these scoopers. They're probably like 1/3 of a cup, and I do like 2.5 of them. And then the stars of the show are my protein powders, and I typically combine 2 of them. These are both single ingredient protein powders. This is a European golden pea protein powder. This is Nuzest Natural. They do have some with flavors and things. I just buy the Nuzest Natural. 1 ingredient, let's see, ingredients is pea protein isolate. And this is Simply Terra's organic whey protein. This is the plain unsweetened one. They do have flavored ones that have more ingredients. And this is ingredients are organic whey protein concentrate, and there is organic sunflower lecithin in here too. Okay, so I'm gonna add this Nuzest powder, and I do 7 scoops. So a serving, they say that a serving is 2 scoops. So I'm doing about 1.5 scoop for my servings, but I am also adding the whey protein powder too. But I find if I do both scoops, I just don't like the texture as much. Again, it comes down to personal preference, how you like to make it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one thing when you mix this up is it tends to get very foamy. So I will share a couple of tips I do. Obviously you can just wait for the foam to go down, but I'm a little impatient and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to share a couple of tips that I have just learned from experience. I'm going to not add the whey yet because it gets super foamy. So I'm going to mix this in my Vitamix on number 5 for exactly 1 minute. And then I'm gonna add this and mix it on number 3 for 1 minute, just to get that incorporated without letting it get super, super foamy. Because if I mix it less to not make this one get super foamy, then this one doesn't get mixed in well. So this is how I have worked it out. I'm gonna mix this for 1 minute and I'll be back. Okay, this is mixed up. Now I'm going to add the whey powder. It also says a serving is 2 scoops, but I do 1 scoop of this. So I'm gonna add 5 scoops because I'm making 5 shakes. So I'm doing like 1.5 of the servings of the pea protein and 1/2 a serving of the whey. There's my 5 scoops. But I'm looking it up here on my chronometer app that I love. And my shake, I input the recipe that I follow, and then I tell it that that recipe makes 5 servings, and every time I have a shake, I put a serving of that shake. And so one of these shakes gives me 28.1 grams of protein using the 1.5 portions of pea protein and the 1/2 portion of the whey protein. So yes, I could put more protein into it, but the powders do affect the texture, and I think that's enough protein. For my breakfast, I also have coffee with collagen and milk. And so the collagen is about 10 grams of protein and the milk's about 10 grams of protein. So there's another 20 grams of protein getting added on to this 28-gram shake. So I'm sitting around 48, close to 50 grams of protein every morning just for my breakfast. So I'm very satisfied with that. Okay, because this one likes to get really foamy really easy, I'm going to run it on level 3 on my Vitamix for 1 minute, and I'll be back. All done. You can see there is a little bit of foam on top, and I'm going to show you how I deal with that as I pour it. So I used to just pour, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the first 1 and maybe 2 would have a ton of foam, and I would have to wait for it to settle before I could put the lid on. So what I have ended up doing that works really good is I fill the first 2 halfway, then I fill the others completely. And you can see these 2 do have a little foam. These really have very minimal foam. But now I'm going to finish these off completely. And it's perfect. There's no big foam keeping me from putting the lids on right now where I have to wait. And like I said, that may not be a big deal, but sometimes I have places to go, things to do. I don't want these sitting around on my counter. Maybe they're in the way. And so this is just a really great way that I have come up with to keep the foam down. And I can just now put lids and put them in the refrigerator. I will add that if I'm taking it to go or on road trips, or I'm just drinking it in the car, or even just out and about, I love these lids. I got these on Amazon, and if they're still available, I will put a link in the description box. But it has a little cork, and you pop the cork out, and it does go in the band. So you put it in here and put that on. And it just makes it so much easier, because I normally just drink these wide open at home, but if I'm in a car or out in public, I'm worried about it spilling, or in public something falling into it, or what have you. So these are really great, and I think I got a 4-pack of them, and I do take them with me when I'm drinking on the go. So this is one that's already cold. It's already been made. I am down to 3, and I made these guys so I don't run out, and so that they're always cold when I need them. They do taste better cold, but sometimes in cold weather, when I need one, I will put it in the microwave and heat it up. And granted, it doesn't taste as good. I feel like it needs more sweetener if it's warm, but it will fill me and satisfy me. So yeah, I do use it. And then when I'm ready to drink them, if you shake it, you're gonna create a lot of foam. So I tip it over, and you can see a lot of it has settled here. I just do like a gentle shake this way. and I invert it gently a couple of times. And it's ready. It's all good. There's a little bit of foam on top, but not much. And it's all mixed in. It mixes in very easily. And it tastes great. For me, it's not sweet. The cacao powder can be a little bit bitter on its own. So I really just add enough maple syrup to counter that bitterness. But if you like it sweet, then you can add more, or you can add a different kind of sweetener. I prefer it to be more, you know, healthy and natural tasting and not super sweet like a dessert, right? That's just not what I'm looking for, but that is the beauty of making your own stuff. You get to make it the way you like it, right? So cheers. Have a great day, guys, and God bless you.